Hey, what are we doing today?
Yu-Gi-Oh, bitch.
We back.
I believe in. What's up, Cross Sheeple?
Cross Sheeple. They ain't heard that in a while. They missed it. Levi here.
Ben.
So today we played Yu-Gi-Oh and it was amazing.
We did.
Our locals opened back up today for the first time in almost 2 whole years due to the pandemic. The entry was like a charity event, so the entry was 5 non-perishable food items. So we decided to hit up the locals in Seattle here at Card Exchange. Shout out to Tanner and his whole family. They're awesome.
Absolutely.
Definitely if you're in the Seattle area, hit up Card Exchange. They're hosting tournaments now on Sundays and Friday nights. So Sunday morning, Friday night. But yeah, we had a pretty good time. I played Shaddoll Invoked.
And I played my Dragonmaid deck. It's a lot of fun. We're going to go through our rounds, and we're also going to open the tournament packs that we won. He's got a Ghost Rare Raw in there, though, so it's going to be fine. But we're going to open these as we chat about our matchups today and how we did. Levi, you want to go first?
Sure, let's get the Ghost Rare out of the way. You know,
That's
part
right.
of the Bards, baby. Guide me. Bro, imagine I did pull a Ghost Rare, though. Like,
That would be bomb.
Mind Control. I don't know what's this card. Amplifier. Nothing good. Nothing good. Yeah, it was trashed. Round 1, I played against, drumroll, Sword Soul. Or is it Soul Sword? I don't know. It's one of those. I don't even know what the cards do. After the game, I said, hey, can you kind of like explain it to me? Or while we were playing, I'm like, you can just kind of tell me what's going on. He activated the card that searches, and I just ashed it because I had no idea what it did. I was like, well, if it searches a monster, I don't want him to do that. Game 1, he kind of just bricked. He said that he made the deck to go second, and he chose to go first after winning the dice roll. Also, I lost every single dice roll today. Every single one, I lost it.
I did not.
MVP, Red Eyes Fusion.
People couldn't out Dragoon today.
The game 2, I just drew Red Eyes Fusion, and I just Red Eyes Fusion, summon Dragoon, pass. I think I had an Ash or an Imperm in hand also, so I had 2 negates, and he just couldn't play through it, and I ended up beating him. It was like legit a 10-minute match, but he was mad chill. He like showed me the cards, and he said that his deck was like not perfected yet, and he just picked it up. So he was a cool guy, and he said he's going to try to become a Yu-Gi-Tuber himself, actually. So.
Nice. So yeah, I played my Dragonmaid deck today. I'll be doing a new profile on it since LP is no longer a thing, sadly. So I went more Super Poly route, which came in clutch a few times today. But first up, I played against Adamancipator. And oh, this is an OTS 10. I played against Adamancipator and Prink. It was an Adamancipator Prink Kids deck. And I went 2-1 with that one. I slapped him up. Basically, I had a negate for literally everything that he had. Oh, what's that? And then, not an ultimate rare. I had like an out to like everything he was throwing at me. I don't even know Adamancipator that well. But I drew a lot of my hand traps and things like that that was going to negate him and stop him from comboing off. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. He won. I won. Round 2. Fight. Pop this bad boy open. OTS 10. Obviously, Ben pulled buns, so I'm going to pull way better.
Yeah, I agree. This is your first ultimate rare right here today.
Let's see here. Is it there? A token.
Token.
Trickstar token. And, you know, tokens are cool. All right, round 2. The guy who I played against said he just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a week ago. 1 week ago. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. He was playing Phantom Knights. And he had Access Code Talker, he had Lightning Storm, he had Forbidden Droplets.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you said you just got back. Game 1, he summoned out Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. He comboed off, he summoned out Artifact Dagda and then set Scythe. And then used Phoenix Enforcer to pop the Scythe in his back row. So I couldn't like use my extra deck, which obviously Shaddolls need their extra deck. I believe I had Shaddoll Fusion in hand. I may have even had Red Eyes Fusion in hand, but I couldn't use it because I was locked out of the extra deck. So he basically just won that one. Game 2, I decided to go first, and I just summoned Winda, and he really just couldn't play around the Winda. He basically just, I think he did make a couple misplays. He said he was misplaying, but the window basically won me game 2. So game 3, after I winded him game 2, He basically set up the scythe board again. He hit me with the Dagda scythe, can't use my extra deck. I couldn't do anything, honestly. I think I tried to summon Alistair and he hit it with the Fog Blade. So I couldn't search Invocation. Had no follow-up, really. And
Is that the game where you had both, all three red eyes?
This is what happened. I had Dark Magician in my hand and I had Red Eyes in my hand. And then
Opening hand.
he does his turn. He's trying to speed up because we don't have very much time left on the clock. He's going really fast. And he summons out a few monsters. I'm not sure exactly who he has. He has DPE on board, something else. He ends up getting 6,900 damage. So I have 1,100 left. But he's like, dang, I could have probably OTK'd if I would have just played it a little different. But he was trying to try to play fast because we were getting close to time and he knew that. He passes over to me and I top deck Red Eyes Fusion. So I literally had Dark Magician, Red Eyes, and Red Eyes Fusion. And I was just like, Red Eyes Fusion? Sent them both from my hand. Summoned Dragoon. He had a couple different monsters on board. I think
he had Phoenix Enforcer and...
He had Phoenix Enforcer. He had Access Code, which is only at 23 for some reason. Burned the Access Code. I burned the Rusty, and then I attacked into the Phoenix Enforcer. And when he tried to use the effect, I'm pretty sure I negated it. Or no, I called by the Graved it, and it basically put me at... he was at 900, I was at 1,100. And then time got called in the round. He used Dark Ruin no more, and then I was like, can you burn me in main phase? I was like, I win, sorry bro. He should have won. Honestly, he should have won.
Yeah, he should have.
Unfortunately, I got lucky enough and like my hand was horrible. I bricked on Red Eyes, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes Fusion multiple times today.
Hate to see it. Round 2, I played against Heroes. He was definitely playing in the advantage of Phoenix Enforcer. And like every single time, I got to go first, both rounds. Every single time, I'm going to open this 16 while we're doing it. Every single time, I had an out to his Phoenix Enforcer. Like I had Imperm and Tidying set, and I was ready to get him. But he had what he needed every single time. And then, Heroes, they popped off. But I mean, I had a lot of negates, but I just couldn't do enough for him. And he slapped me up 2 games in a row. Round was over within, 15 minutes. But let's see what I got. Okay. 2. Ultimate.
That's not ultimate.
That's not an ultimate. It's okay, though. Let's go on to round 3.
So I'm 2-0 at this point. And I look at the pairings. I'm at table 4. Well, I was actually at table 3, but then there was a repairing right after that.
Thank God there was a repairing, because I had to go against the Soul Sword guy, and then I got rematched with someone else. So thank God.
Yeah, I ended up playing the same exact guy. It's just I went from table 3 to table 4. He was playing Tri-Brigade, and I was kind of iffy if I wanted to keep Imperm in the deck. Oh, I think this is just reprinted it so they could add the ritual on there. And Token Stampede. I was like, do I want to play Imperm? I'm not sure. Well, it was good because, every time he tried to banish for cost with like Nerval or Fractile or whatever, I'm not sure, with the Karis, every time he like banished 3, banished 2, I just Impermed. I had Ash, Imperm, game 1, but he just kind of outgrinded me. The dude was very knowledgeable. You could tell, like, he was 2-0 also, so like there's a reason like he was doing good. And we got a Zeta. He was pretty chill. You could tell he was like kind of big braining a lot of things. Like he kind of just outgrinded me game 1. I had Shaddoll Fusion, and I was getting ready to like take the momentum in my way, and he had the Ash. And I was just like,
hate to see it.
Game 2, we were kind of grinding back and forth. We knew we were getting close to time, and we were both at 6,400. And then he ended up summoning something and poked me for 300. And then I top decked Red Eyes Fusion.
It came in clutch today for a time.
I burned him for Shurig. I burned him for double Dragon Lords, and he knew that like I had that round, so we just went to jump to game 3. Game 3, we're going in, and there's only 4 minutes left on the clock. He goes first, and he sets up, I think he gets like Revolt in the back row. He sets 4 and has like double Dragon Lords, and he has his graveyard loaded, so he could definitely summon a Shurig. But he passes over to me. I normal summon Alistair, effect, and round is called. He said that he had double Chalice, Imperm, and he had Revolt set. So like I had some plays. I had like Alistair, I had Invocation, I had Shaddoll Fusion. Like I had plays I could make. Would I have been able to break through his board? I'm not sure exactly, but we never got to play out that round. I think he may have won. He might have got it, but we ended up drawing. So at this point, I'm 2-0-1.
Round 3, I played against Salmon Great, which is great because I know the deck
Salad.
Okay, because Levi used to play Salads when we first got back into the game. And so like I understood how a lot of the cards already worked. The guy I was playing against, he was like, yeah, the deck hasn't really been updated since the pandemic hit. But he was definitely playing Access Code Talker, which was
he lied to you then. It hasn't
yeah,
been
right.
updated.
Game 1, I couldn't do anything. I drew a bunch of crap. And then he kept roaring me. And you know how it goes with Salmon.
Roar.
Yeah.
Rage.
Oh, rage. He kept raging me. My bad.
Rage for the pop.
Hey,
pop
man.
2.
But I lost hard on the first match. Second match, I drew the nuts. I was able to get like spheres and tidying set, and then I was also able to jump into is that the Tri Brigade?
Nerval, yeah.
I was also able to jump into the Shao pretty quickly into that game, and so recursion kept happening really, really fast. Game 3 was the interesting one because I bricked really hard.
How hard?
I drew 2 Ash, 2 Valor, and an Ice Dragon's Prison. Which, I mean, in theory, I had a lot of, like, interactions with his turn, and I was very lucky in the fact that I banished his Bailings and his Spinny from the field with Ice Dragon Prison, and then he was kind of stuck, not doing anything. And then I drew my second Ice Dragon's Prison. I drew like 10 times before I even drew a Dragonmaid card. I drew everything else in my deck. But I pulled the win because I finally, I pulled Extravagance. And then with Extravagance, I banished my 6, drew my 2 cards, and I drew perfectly 2 Dragonmaid cards, and I had Changeover in hand. So I was able to go into Shao in that last game, and then I just out-resourced him from there. It was pretty bomb. I did not think I was going to win that one, but it was great. I did it. Another one. Another one. It was a good round 3. I was very surprised I won, especially after that last opening hand, but it was pretty bomb. I liked winning against Salads today.
So we're on to round 4. I am 2-0-1, and I'm feeling optimistic. You know, I can 3-0-1. Okay, but I'm hanging out. We're talking. Me and the guy. He seems super chill. Like he was probably my favorite opponent who I played all day, and I find out he's playing Dragon Link. Yikes. He went first, and I think he set up like the red Archfiend. It's basically a target negate. And he also set up Zombie Stein, he said, which was basically just a detached negate. And he had spheres on board. So he had 2 negates and a bounce. Yeah. that pretty much sums up game 1. Scooped it up, went to game 2. I went first. Oh, game 1, he actually looped me. He looped me with Levianeer, and he ripped my Magical Meltdown out of my hand. I needed the Magical Meltdown. I had 2 Invocation, no Meltdown. No Alistair. Nerval. Okay, so I mean, but who's going to make the Tri-Brigade deck? You?
Probably not me. It combos too much. I'm not good with combo. I'm better with control.
Game number 2, I go first, and I make Mechaba Pass. The best invoked board that you can ever get, obviously. And a Delta. I think I had like an Invocation in my hand, another Meltdown, like 2 Alistairs in hand. Like, it wasn't a great opening hand. I just basically had to pass on Mechaba, and I knew it wasn't going to be enough. I had to time my negate perfectly. He's comboing off, doing Dragon Link things. Still hasn't normal summoned, has done like... I sighted in Nibiru. Obviously, I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? He summons out the Chaos Dragon, the Synchro one. I can't remember its name exactly. The one that lets you mill 5 and then add one of the milled cards. And whenever he summoned that out, I was like, yeah, I have to negate that. He's going to get too much advantage. He just kept going after that, obviously. He ended up basically getting OTK on board. But he was like playing like kind of smart. Because I was like shuffling my hand like, that's good. You know, it's about the mind games too. He's like, oh, I thought you had Nid, bro. I was scared. As soon as he summoned out Borreload Savage, I was like, yeah, you got it, bro. I was like, he has like 8K on board or something like that. I was like, yeah, you got it. But he was really chill. And yeah, it was a great time. I ended up going 2-1-1. And I got 6 packs. So, I mean, that's really awesome. I was like, if I even win one game, 2 games, I'll be happy. So, you know, 2-1-1, not too bad. And I had a good time. For sure.
My last matchup, round 4, was against Sky Striker, which was
your
great.
old deck.
That's what I used to play. So at least I knew some things to like look out for. I did not draw like any of the cards to be able to counter it in the first match, and it took a really long time. The guy just moved here to be a student at UW. He was from China, and so there was a bit of a language barrier, but he knew what he was doing with that Striker deck. He just had to try to figure out how to counter my deck. But it was really, really slow because I had to explain to him how my cards work, and then he was also looking up the cards to make sure that I wasn't
sharking him.
Make sure I wasn't.
He's like, I don't know, man. You're doing a lot of effects. I don't trust it.
But he took me game 1. It took a really long time to get to that point. And then on game 2, we only had like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes left in the round. And third, I got a play set. We only had like 10, 15 minutes left in the round. And like between the interaction of like me having to explain the effects and him going through, like he had a lot of good outs. It's the way that Sky Striker is. He knew what he was doing, how to negate my stuff. And he had There Can Only Be One, which really hurt my Dragonmaids. In retrospect, I probably should have sided in my rivalry of Warlord. But I ended up winning that one because of time. He didn't have enough to poke me for in the end. He probably just misplayed though. And so we took 4 of these.
Is that thing worth anything?
No, probably not. But we ended up going to time, and I had like 1,500 more life points than he did. So I ended up winning that one, but it was a tie. So I also went 2-1-1. It was a good day overall. Like I had a good time. You had a good time, I think. And
yeah, I got to see a lot of old faces. Like people who I remember being there, like, you know, a year and a half ago were there again today. And they're like, oh, of course I had to make it today. One of our fellow content creators, Rodin Toden, maybe I'll put his thing on the screen. He was there today, and we were like, yo, bro, how's it going, man? Yeah. Hey, bro, how's it go? We didn't do that.
He was walking, and he was like, is that the Heart of the Bards, guys? Really fucking loud. We were just like, oh my God.
Bro, keep it on the low. Like,
yeah. But if you guys want to see more content like this, where we explain the duels and go through and open the packs that we won if we win packs, let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know if you want to see those deck profiles. Again, I was playing Dragonmaids. Levi was playing Shaddoll Invoked. If you guys want to see those, let us know in the comments. And then let us know if there's anything that you guys want to see more of. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And
have a good day.
We out.